Good morning, y'all. So, when I say that whole saying that it's better to walk alone than to be in bad counsel, hits so different for me today. It really is so different for me today. So, I think on one of my videos, I don't know if I even posted it, because I got a bunch of videos that I recorded that I did not post because I forgot about them. I might go back and post them later. But on one of my videos, I think I even said, I was like, y'all see me glowing? I'm glowing, da 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 da. And today, one of the team members at the store, she said, Ashley, what's your routine? What you been doing? She said, because you're really glowing. And I was like, you think I'm glowing? And she was like, yeah, you really glowing. You all on my side of the road, buddy. She was like, you really glowing. And I told her, I said, the only thing different about me is that I let that toxic relationship go. That's the only thing that changed. And I told her, I said, I noticed it too, but I thought I was tripping. Like, I literally, like, when nobody was like, yeah, girl, we see it, I was like, oh, maybe I'm just tripping. Maybe I just think, I don't know. Maybe I just think, but maybe I'm just, I don't know. Because you know how you see yourself be different from how other people see you? And so I was like, maybe I'm not glowing. Maybe I'm just tripping. Maybe I'm always glowing, and I just never realized because I was always sad or down and out or, I was like, maybe that's it. But when she said that, I said, man, I really am glowing. And she's the type of person, she don't even be handing out compliments. So for her to say that, I was like, I really am glowing. I mean, I got on makeup today, but she's seen me with makeup plenty of times. Between now and before. Oh, excuse me. But that's crazy. Sometimes these relationships really be having us, like, they take our glow. They take our life force. They drain the life force from us. And we be so in love that we don't even realize. My hair is like, I don't know. I keep asking myself, like, did I cut my hair and I don't remember cutting my hair? Because it was pouring down over here. There's something wild. There's water coming. It's a whole bunch of water over there. Like, where'd that come from? But, like, man, it's crazy. I'm like, I think I cut my hair and I don't remember doing it. Because sometimes, especially when I'm wearing it straight, if I notice a split end or something, I will chop it off. Straight. I don't even be caring because I be like, it'll grow back. I'm one of those it'll grow back girls. I definitely this hair grows like a weed. So I'm always like, it'll grow back, and I'll straight up chop it off because I'm like, look at how y'all see. Can y'all see? Or I don't know if it's because I wore it straight for so long that, like, my curls is jacked up, my curl patterns is jacked up. Because that could be it too. I wore my hair straight for 2 months, I think. Granted, I wasn't like putting heat on it like over and over again. I had only got my hair straightened twice, like once each month. And then I think one time I had to do a slight touch up, but that was because we was going somewhere. But outside of that, I was not touching up or nothing like that. So I got it flat iron twice with one touch up for 2 months. And so when I stop, I'm about to really look in this camera and see. It really look. I don't know, y'all. It look. This side just look fuller than this side. I definitely probably chopped something and didn't realize. Well, that's life. 'Tis life. It'll grow back. Man, and I was sitting and I was thinking, I was talking to my friend last night, my friend from middle school, and was just like, man, how easy it is for us to have conversation, and it just feels so light. The conversation don't feel heavy. And all the time when we used to have conversation, it was always heavy. It always felt just like off or forced, or like, you gonna go or you not gonna go? I guess you're not going to go. I mean, I'm like literally letting you go, buddy. But alright, because I'm not about to miss this light. It's a long light. But how light it felt, you know? It's like, I don't know, when people, the thing about, this is the thing too, and this is when I changed my life, y'all. Life is hard when you lie. Life is so much harder when you are living with a lie. Sorry, I had made it to the house, so I had to drop off those groceries. But what I'm saying is, when you live your life with a lie, you walk around all the time wondering who know the truth, who know that this is a lie. You know, am I ever going to get found out? Like, your mind is so full of wanting to protect a lie. It's a lot of weight. You know, it's a lot of unnecessary weight, especially when you can live in your truth. Like, I really have this thing where I'm like, if somebody can't accept me for who I am, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, I don't need them around me. I just don't need them around me. I don't want you around me, because clearly you're not my people. You're not my person. Like, you're not supposed to be around me. If you can't understand what I carry and why I carry it, or why I do, and it's okay to not understand, but y'all get what I mean. Like, because some people will try to condemn you based on your truths, based on the things that you've experienced in life, you know. And if you want to do that because you don't understand, then bye. If it hurts you so much that I am human and that I have made a mistake and I had some fucked up ways at one point in time in my life, and I did some fucked up things. If it really bothers you that much, you're not my person. You're not my crew. You're not my person. I don't need you around me. It's that simple. But there are people that really walk around and they get the worst thing when you tell them, oh, you lie. And he would get, when I used to say, oh, you lied about everything, he would get the worst anxiety attacks. And it's crazy because God be showing me stuff after the fact. And I still ain't really understood why I can't learn when I'm in the middle of it. Why you can't tell me when I'm in the middle of it. But either way it go, you know, I was shown some things and it made a lot of things make sense. And I was like, oh. Like, yeah, I was literally driving down the street. I was like, oh. Like, as it's all flashing through my mind, I was like, oh my God. And I was like, it all makes sense now. It all makes sense now. You know, it's like, no. Because you can tell me I lied and I'd be like, bitch, fuck you. Because I ain't lied about nothing. Like, I don't care. Like, it ain't going to be nothing, no shirt off my back. No, I don't care. Because I know I ain't lying. But when somebody really does live their life full of lies, it's going to bother them. It's going to bother them because they've already been bothered and worried about if you knew the truth. If you knew that it was a lie. And it's going to cause them anxiety. When you live in your truth, baby. When you live in your truth. When you live in who you are. And you accept who you are. Because that's in order to be the greatest you have to accept your shortcomings and embrace your winnings and who you are, like your strong suits. So you got to accept your weak points and embrace your strong. That's the only way that you become the best you, because when you know your weak points, you know what you have to do to tackle that. Okay? If you are only embracing your strong, what makes you strong, your strong suits, then you got all this other stuff over here behind you that you trailing along. You ain't acknowledge it, but it's there. Acknowledge it, embrace it, so that way you can know what you have to do to be the best you. You can't be the best you until you do that. And walk around lying trying to be something you're not, when who you are is good enough. Who you are is good enough. I wish a lot of people realize that who you are is good enough. And if you gotta lie to try to fit in, if you gotta lie to feel like somebody accepts you, in it 111 right in front of me. If you have to lie to feel like somebody is going to accept you, baby, no. Be who you are. God made you who you are because the world needed who you are, not who you pretend to be. Like, damn. Love yourself. Embrace who you are. There is somebody that thinks you are so amazing who you are authentically. And you're hiding that because you want to be like somebody else. Or you want to be what people say you should be. People say you should look like. Man, fuck all that. Fuck all that. No. And it's sad because our parents contribute a lot to us being that way. They're always telling us, oh, we'll do this. You can't do that. Or you can do this, mean this, and this, mean that. Like, we're coming up, we were ridiculed for just being ourselves. And now you got a bunch of adults out here that they can't be themselves because they worried about what everybody else thinks. Like, they too busy worried about what everybody else thinks. Worried about their image. Worried about, man, whoo. I don't miss those days. Like, one thing I can say, when me and my first love was together, y'all, I don't know if like, we went to school together. We met at school. But we end up, when he left the school and they moved to like a suburb or whatever, we end up at the same church. That's how I know it was like, when something just be meant to be, that's how you be knowing. Because how this happen? How this happen? And our cell phone technology wasn't like that back then. So why did I bring him up? Oh, because everybody in the church thought of us as this star couple, okay? And yeah, we was young. We was in middle school. We was in high school. But we was the couple to be. We were going to be these rich, well-off, too intelligent, highly sought after people. Like, and that was our calling since we were young. Like, that's what was spoken over us since we were young, okay? And we used to be like, okay, well, because we don't want people in the church asking us about why y'all not talking? Well, why y'all not this? Why y'all not? Like, so we made these crazy pacts and stuff. Like, no matter what, we always, play it off. When we at church, we play it off. Even when we are not fooling with each other, we play it off. We would pretend like we was cool when we wasn't cool, when we was upset, with each other. And we do fucked up things. We were young. We did fucked up things. We were young, and it don't make it right. But we were young and we didn't have really the right guidance, okay? So we did fucked up shit. But that was a lot. Trying to maintain an image was a lot. Because when we went out in the world, we were two different people. But then here in the church, this is what we are. It's confusing. I ain't gonna say it's confusing, but it is confusing because you're living a whole life that you don't even necessarily, I ain't gonna say I don't want to live, because I love my first love. Still to this day, I love that man down. I love him because he loved me when I was at the worst version of myself. That man genuinely loved me. Do you understand? And when I think back on it, I'm like, I was so hard. I would have been so hard to love back then. And that man still loved me. All the way through college, y'all. We still had dealings even when I was in college. Like, all the way through college, we still, off and on, we still had dealings. And I'm going to even say, take it as far as saying even up to when me and Carrie's dad. Because when me and Carrie's dad moved here, he moved here behind me to try to take me from Carrie's dad. And I was like, no, like, I'm engaged now, things are different now. And I'm telling him, and he was like, all right, I'm gonna make you stand on that. Remember that. But the thing is, it wasn't that my love for him changed. I just wanted to change. I just wanted to be better. I didn't want to be that person that was just stuck in this cycle and doing the same old thing. We had been doing this same stuff since middle school. But now he's gone off. He's married. He living his life. And I'm so happy for him and his family. I really, really am. I'm so happy for him. But we still cool to this day. We gonna always be cool. And part of that reason is because of the things he taught me. And I realized, like, now as an adult, like, that man was really looking out for me. The things he taught me, and the fact that he loved me when I was the worst version of myself. There are people that love me now, but they would not have loved that version of me. But I understand, too, that it was necessary. Sometimes love, going through the things we go through, is necessary to help us become the best version of ourselves. But if you walking around living a lie all the time, there is no way you can grow to be the best version of yourself, because you're not even authentically you. You're not even showing up in a way where you can identify what it is that you need to work on, because you're living a lie. Stop living a lie. Stop carrying that weight. You're carrying unnecessary weight. Stop. So you can find your tribe. The people that are just like you. The people that love you, that will embrace you. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, let me go do this water. I'll be back.